right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that has taught us this truth and sincerity. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that is scattered throughout the four corners of Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Kodash coming back at you with another lunch break edification. Okay. And I'm going to just get right to it. Lord willing, it's edifying to the point. All right. And I'm just getting into, I was meditating while I was on the floor. And I'm going to get into Lamentations. Okay. Bear with me real quick. Lamentations 4 and 21. Okay. Because Esau Edom, okay, the so-called white man, which is the wicked, okay, pursuant to Malachi 1 and 4, all right, which is a nation of people, man, all right, which is our number one enemy, pursuant to Psalms, the 83rd chapter, man. They're the number one, they're the first ones on that list, all right, the tabernacles of Edom, okay. Well, the Lord is pretty much saying that they are to be rejoicing and being glad, man, because this is the last time that they will have the rulership in their hand, man. Okay, because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, but the what do you say? The joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. You know, the triumphing of the wicked is short. You know, and but for a moment. You see, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, so they're supposed to be rejoicing and being glad, man. Okay, because this is the last time that they will have the rulership. All right, within their power, man. All right, after they are taken down by World War III, all right, intercontinental ballistic missiles hit in this place, 200,000, which is 200 million intercontinental ballistic missiles hit in this place. All right, and Lord Yahweh Shai, pursuant to Isaiah 66 and verse 15 on down, okay, they will never rise again, man. Okay, so let's get into it. Lamentations 4 and 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Okay, Edom going into Esau Edom, the so-called white man, starting with the elite bankers. And it says that the dwellest in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. And what is the cup? Slavery. Okay, slavery, man. All right, and that's what our enemies are gonna get, man. Okay, Scripture speaks about that in Jeremiah 30 and verse 16. And then I'm going to jump back about how all our enemies are going into captivity, man. Every one of them. Jeremiah 30 and verse 16. Real quick. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and it says, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. You see, so the Lord is going to turn the tables, man. All right, to where we're going to rule over our oppressors, man. As it speaks about in Isaiah the 14th chapter, man. All right, those that devoured us, our enemies. Guess what? The Lord is going to give us those new bodies, the spiritual power, the capability, okay, to break them into pieces like a potter's vessel. Okay, and that's part of the reward. That's part of what we're going to receive. Lord willing, Abaratazah, being joint heirs with Lord Yahweh Shai in the kingdom of heaven. All right, starting with the elect of the nation of Israel, 144,000 men, and 1/3 men, women, and children. Okay, but the men is gonna be at the forefront of that judgment going forth, man. Okay, you see. So going back to Lamentations 4 and 21. All right, and it says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, all right, which is a so-called white man, starting with the elite bankers, okay? And it says that the dwellest in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee, which is slavery, okay? And it says, thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked, okay? And it says in verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, you see? And who is Zion? Zion is another way that you can say Israel, man. Because Zion goes back to the Hebrew word to Zion, all right, which goes back to a memorial or a monument, right? Okay? Because the Lord would always remember Israel, man. He would never forsake them, man. The Lord would always remember Israel. Okay, you see, and it says he would no more carry thee away into captivity, meaning the Lord would never lead us into captivity. Okay, because the Lord put us in these different captivities, man, because we've disobeyed him. Okay, we've provoked him. All right, what does scripture say in Baruch? You know, you were sold unto your enemies because you provoked the Most High to wrath. All right, by sacrificing unto idols. Okay, you see, so that's why we've been given into our enemies' hands, man. But see, the Lord is finna deliver us, man, and we will know more after he delivers us from Babylon the Great, America. We will no more be given over into the hand of our enemies, man, because we will have bodies that cannot sin, man. You see, that's the reason why we've always went into these different captivities, because we are in this sinful flesh, man, that's subject to going off. Okay, you see, but the Lord is going to change our vile bodies at his second return. Okay, and we will never be able to go off, man. We will always be able to perform righteousness, and that would always keep us in the good graces, man. That would always, have the Lord, in good spirits towards us, man. His wrath wouldn't be kindled against us, man. Okay, so finishing up in verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity, which is slavery. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Okay, because what did the Lord say? He required that which is past. Okay, so guess what? They have to receive for the wrong that they have done. It speaks about that in Colossians 3:25. All right, there's no respect of persons. You do wrong, you have to receive for the wrong what you did. Okay, Jeremiah 49 and verse 12, I believe, right? And it says, for thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, which is slavery, have assuredly drunken. All right, and we've assuredly drunken of that cup, man. All right, but we went off, man, going back to like what I was just quoting, Colossians 3:25. He that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done. We did wrong, man, so we got punished, man. Okay, and the scripture said, man, that the Lord punished us less than what our iniquities deserve, man. Okay, so that was light work, slavery. All right, 70 AD. All right, the transatlantic slave trade. All of that was light work, man. That was just a little bit of the Lord's wrath, man. But our enemies, they're gonna get the fullness of it, man. Okay, you see, and it says in verse 12, for thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou, and it says, and art thou he, and it says, and art thou he, and it says, and art thou, and it's like yeah, and it says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. You see, so there you go. The Lord is pretty much saying that, our enemies, starting with Esau, Edom, okay, y'all are gonna surely drink of this judgment, man, that the Lord is gonna bring upon you. And it says in verse 13, for I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra, okay, shall be a desolation. All right, in the modern day Basra today is America, man. All right, the Lord is not talking about the actual Basra, man. Okay, because the majority of Edomites, they dwell over here in America, Babylon the Great. Okay, and it says that Basra shall become a desolation. And how is it going to become a desolation, man? By way of nuclear destruction, man, and also by way of Yahweh Shai shooting laser beams upon it. Okay, and it says, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be a perpetual waste. You see, and there you go, man. And this is why the Lord, okay, told us, as us Israelites, starting with the elect, Lord willing, I brought this out, will be of that number, all right, to suffer patiently, okay, because we finna go home, man. Suffer patiently, and I'm gonna end off right here. This is in Baruch 4:25. My children, and who is the Lord's children? You Israelites, you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Native American Indians. It says suffer patiently, okay, because through the suffering we're made perfect, man. The dross is being purged out of us, all right, during the time of Jacob's trouble, okay, leading all the way up, man. By the time Yahweh shall get here, Okay, we'll be a finder for the we'll be a vessel for the finder. Okay, all right. As it speaks about in what's that, Proverbs 25. All right, remove the dross, right? And it says, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh Shem Shai, for thine enemy have persecuted thee, but surely thou shalt see his destruction." Okay, and shall tread upon his neck. You see, and we're literally going to see the destruction of our enemies, man. All right, pursuant to Revelation, the 15th chapter, how the elect is going to be looking down through the sea of glass, all right, above the ozone layer. Okay, when Lord Yahweh Shai beams them up into that chariot, all right, to safety, as it speaks about in Isaiah 26 and 20. Okay, so this is what we're fighting for us that's of the household of faith. Okay, so let's just keep on fighting, keep on pushing, man, because our enemies, they're gonna soon go down, man. As scripture speak, for the vision is yet set for an appointed time, but at the end it's just speaking a lie. All right, so until next time, shalom.